Hi Moneymakers, it's Talking Sense David, a place where complex finance is made easy for all. In this video, what I want to talk about today is property. More specifically, what is property investing? What is property investing? At its core, it's about buying real estate that generates a return. This could be residential, could be commercial, or even land. Now, there are two ways as a property investor and how you generate this return. You will look for capital appreciation. That's when the value of your property increases over the long term. Or the second way is through rental income. This is where you are hoping that the tenant's money drives a yield and brings a return for you. There are other alternatives which include both a capital appreciation strategy and a rental strategy. Why is property a powerful asset class? There are a few reasons why, and I'm going to mention the best things that I think. The first reason would be it's a tangible asset. Some people prefer to see it and touch it to know that it's real. The second reason would be leverage. With property and leverage, it gives you the ability to borrow money from other people, such as the bank, through a bond or a mortgage, to use to buy the property, and this leverage can work in your favor. Another reason would be passive income. People in the future prepare for their retirement, and some people might opt for property as a means to have an income in the future where the tenant brings in the income on a fully paid off property. The next reason would be that it's an inflation hedge. Usually, in certain areas and in certain countries, property will move in line with inflation, therefore protecting your purchasing power if you've stored it. That's not always the case, but usually it's a good inflation hedge. And finally, long-term growth. Over a longer time period, property delivers a return and usually protects your money over the long term. The risks and realities of property investing. Now, this property game is not easy. If it were, everyone would be doing it. So let's highlight some risks involved when it comes to property investing. Vacancy and bad tenants. If you have a property that's not being rented out, you will need to cover that cost in the short term until you find someone to help you subsidize the costs. Bad tenants could also be someone that doesn't pay their bills or destroys your property. So this leads me to my next point: unexpected repairs and maintenance. This is a cost that you need to remember, that you need to maintain, otherwise your property will deteriorate, and which also might negatively affect you when you're trying to attract potential tenants to live in your property. The third risk would be interest fluctuations. Depending on if you have a variable interest rate or fixed interest rate, this could also impact the costs involved. Now, I will go into more depth about interest rates in future videos, so don't forget to subscribe today so that you don't miss those. The fourth one I'm going to talk about is market conditions. Depending on the economy that you are investing in, or even the region or municipality district that you choose to invest in, all of these things impact your potential return on your investment, and they all could be risks or benefits depending on how and where you invest. Who should consider investing in property as an investment? You can think of first-time home buyers. They might not necessarily want to be in property investing because their main focus would be to have a primary residence that they live in. But sometimes they want to convert that home into a property investment where they store their excess savings into their bond, and that they have something to transfer to their children or future family members in the future. So if that is you, that might be a consideration. The second person who might be interested in property investing is young professionals who have low costs and don't have many liabilities already. So depending on their personal circumstances, job security, and the line of work they have and the money that they're bringing in, they may opt for a medium-sized or small size, in some cases oversized property investing to try and generate and use leverage as a way to scale their network. So young professionals could be interested in this. The next person could be a family, as mentioned, parents who want to leave it to their children in the future, And even if they don't make an attractive or sexy enough return compared to other assets, there is unquantifiable costs when you can leave something to your children as security. And the fourth person might be anyone who's seeking financial freedom and is able to use leverage, understand the return on investment strategies, the costs involved, and has a financial understanding about how they can use property as a wealth builder. Whether they could be focusing on capital appreciation or passive income or combination of both. All these strategies or all these types of people might be interested in property investing. Alright, let's summarize what we've learned in this video today. The first thing to remember is that property is not a get-rich scheme. It's a long-term strategy with the hopes to protect your money over the long term and also to generate a return. This return can be generated through capital appreciation or through rental income or combination of both. Some people may buy property for this reason, or some people might opt to buy property for security to pass on to their kids in the future. No matter what your reason is, having a good understanding of the industry, being educated, and having a strategy works in your favor. Now in future videos, I will touch on rent and buy strategies, which one is better, interest rates, and other concepts you will need to know when it comes to property investing. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye and see you in future videos. Bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to Talking Sense for more financial content.